Hello students, your instructor here, John Mandiola with another screencast. This one part of the sans serif group number 1, and this is Franklin Gothic. So it comes in a number of different weights: super thin, super condensed, super heavy, things like that. A lot of the sans serifs do because a lot of them are newer than the serif typeface we've been looking at, and so they're designed, especially since things have been digitized, designed to work in a number of different ways. Anyway, we're going to look at Franklin Gothic regular, as most people know it to be. Number of different things. First of all, it's pretty heavy. This is the regular version of itself. Think about that. And it's pretty bold. The R leg connects to the bowl, not back to the stem. The middle arm's a little bit shorter. Not nearly the difference between like an interstate, for example, but this arm is a little bit shorter. Notice how stubby the F is with its header up top and the crossbar, and the Q. It's a stub little hint at a serif, though it's not truly a serif. The C always is interesting. It has one part of the stroke is cut off going this way, the other part of the stroke is cut off going in a different direction. Other things that are distinctly Franklin Gothic are the fact that it's not one weight of stroke throughout. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see things like the N, the two stems are a little bit thinner, and the diagonal is much thicker. It's more noticeable on letters like A. The A actually has about 3 weights. This is thin, this is the middle, and then this is heavy. If you look at the M, this side and this side are thicker, and this side and this side are thinner. You can even see it on the U. It only has 2 sides, and one side's heavier than the other one. The O is considerably thinner up top than it is on the sides. And also on letters like the R, where it gets pretty thick and then it just stops. The B has that same little notch, just like the Q had right there. So it's just the other direction. And the M, and the P and letters like that, the B, considerably thinner where it connects back to a stem, and considerably thicker once it gets to the side of its stroke. So all these things are distinctly Franklin Gothic. Pretty high X height again. The I, the dot, and that's a square. And the S, pretty compact. Its terminals are angles, or its finials are angles. So now we have that out of the way, we can look at some individual glyphs. See again, the A, M have the multi-width stroke weights going on. The Q has a distinct and unique tail on it. It curls out nicely, then it just stops vertically abruptly. The G with the chisel spur, and then the crossbar gets heavy and thin throughout. The W, much like the M, where it's thick on the left sides and then thin on the right sides. The X, again, thick this way, thin that way. The Y, thick this way and this way, thin that way. Almost similar to Optima, but Optima is a much daintier typeface, and it's cupped and has humanist qualities, where this one is much more bold and brash and blunt. The A is double story, and the G is also double story and has this very distinct and unique ear on it. Notice how the weight of the stroke varies greatly as it goes through the loop on the G. Notice that the Y has a very short but curvy descender on it. Let's go to some examples of it in use. This is my favorite example of it in use, the Run DMC logo. And again, you can tell right away that it is Franklin Gothic. The C, its strokes end at different angles. The U has been customized here a little bit, where it's even on both sides, but the M isn't. It's thick on the right side, thin on the left side. The R, the leg connects to the bowl, not to the stem. Another one of my favorite examples of it, the Ramones logo. Not this garbage down here, just up here. Again, R connects to the stem. The A is thin, middle, thick. The M, thin on the left sides, thick on the right sides. The N, thin stems, thick diagonal. The E with a short middle arm. And the S with the angles on the ends where the finials are. Another musical example. This is an Aretha Franklin live album put up on Flickr by Martin Major, and again, this is a condensed version, but you can still very much tell that it's Franklin Gothic. Notice the different stroke weights, and the A, the R, where it just stops abruptly vertically. The K, the leg connects to the arm instead of the stem. And the last one is Cosmo. So if you focus just on the top here, you can see thick and thin, and then this is the condensed version for the masthead.